Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We're with Kevin Anderson, wild card number 8 seed, and a finalist after defeating Alexander Bublik earlier today. We'll begin with Bill Koch. Bill. Bill, go ahead and unmute if you have a question.
Kevin, congratulations on reaching the final. Could you just speak to us about, how you've been able to come back from a couple injuries over the last couple of years and put yourself in a position where you could win another tournament here tomorrow?
Yeah, it's been a bit of a tough run. Obviously, it's been a while since being in the final, so it's I feel like that's a great step forward for me. I think for quite a while now, I've been practicing well, hitting the ball well, just not really finding that same sort of form on the match court. And a lot of these conditions and situations you find yourself in, it's really difficult to simulate on the practice court. So getting through a bunch of matches this week, it's another step forward in the process. Regardless of what happens, there's a ton of positives. Obviously, the big focus now is to get the win tomorrow. That's definitely what my objective is. But right now, just getting through today's match, I think it not just this week, just in terms of where I'm at and where I've set my sights. This is a big step forward in the right direction.
All right. Nina, go ahead.
Hey, Kevin, today's a big day for the Hall of Fame, but I wanted to ask you, you've been inducted in the Hall of Fame in Illinois. I know it's not the same, but it's still a huge honor. Can you relate to how they're feeling, and what does it mean to be inducted in any Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's it's quite an honor. During the changeover, I was listening to Goran's talk a little bit about when he got the call, and you can see what it meant to him, and that's somebody who's Wimbledon champion. I mean, won the biggest title in our sport, and I think it's a big accomplishment, and just spending the week here, I feel like just the history and it being here in Newport and seeing the history of the museum and everything, I think it adds to it, and hopefully one day I might have the same honor.
And a follow-up about college, recently the NCAA is changing the rules for the name, image, and likeness regulations. What's your take on that, on college athletes maybe earning money now?
Yeah, I mean, that's been a really hotly debated topic, and I've spoken to a lot of people, and it's interesting. There's a lot of different opinions. On one side, it is kind of crazy when you look at the amount of publicity and just eyes on the sport, especially college football and college basketball, and that makes a lot of sense. But then, speaking to some other people who I know who are, tennis coaches at sort of smaller schools and kind of worried how things might play out, it's impossible to say. I kind of see sort of both sides to it, but I definitely think just the amount of revenue being produced, I think it is fair to the players to at least see some of that.
All right. Ken, do you have any questions, Ken?
No, thanks.
Okay. Bill,
I've
did you
got
have any?
more.
Well, wait. Let's see if Bill had any questions.
Go ahead, Bill.
Trying to find Ray's hand. You would think I'd know that after all these months on Zoom. It's pretty sad about me. Kevin, you really had to battle again. Obviously, you had a 3-setter with Sock and dropped the first set and had to come back today. Something similar. Can you just speak to the tiebreaker you played in the second, and how important that was to get back on terms there?
Yeah, I mean, it was obviously really important. I think it was right at around like 5-all in the second set where I suddenly started really feeling it physically, and I just try to, best as I can, stay in the moment. What was interesting is even though I was getting more fatigued, I found my serve rhythm much better in the second half of the match. I felt like in the beginning half, it wasn't quite there. So I think that really was very valuable for me in getting through that match, and played some really good points in the tiebreaker. So that was a really good. And in those sort of conditions, sometimes I felt like maybe I could have gotten off to a good start in the third, and but he was mentally really tough. He stayed there, and I just couldn't find any sort of inroads on his serve game. So it was a really close set.
All right, we'll go back to Nina.
Yeah, just a quick question. There's a chance you might play a 20-year-old American, Jensen Brooksby. I mean, just can you talk about, like, have you seen him play? Your thoughts on him in general, just because he's so young and so new to the tour and played college, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I've not played him before. This was the first week I've actually seen him playing. I know he's done really well this year, in the Challenger circuit and won a bunch of matches there. And I mean, that's a high quality, tennis. People sometimes forget just, how deep the sport is, and to have success there, it shows you're a competitor. You know how to win matches, and as he's done this week, I mean, putting himself into the semifinals here, and when I last checked, he had won the first set. So, if I do play him, it'll be an adjustment because, as I said, I've not really seen him playing a whole lot. He seems like a bit of an unconventional style of playing. That's, what I've heard and sort of what I've seen a little bit. But either way, regardless if I'm playing, either guy, I mean, for me right now, the biggest focus is just recovery because it really took it out of me today. And then, again, just focusing on my game. And I feel like when I'm doing that, I'm giving myself the best shot.
Good luck.
Thank you.